I am so specific about what I want on my pizza. My thumb really hurts. I've had a fall. The most embarrassing thing happened to me. Honestly hard to walk at the moment. I honestly can't believe I'm hit the 3-hour mark. The carb and like half crash real quick. I need to stop yapping so much, otherwise this video is actually going to be an hour long. Good morning everyone, welcome back to the vlog. Happy Friday. I thought I'd bring you guys along for the next couple of days of my life and show you guys everything I get up to on the weekend. But I thought I would start it today, Friday, because I'm actually going to be meal prepping today, which is not something that I usually do. I typically will meal prep on a Sunday for the next week, but because of my training that I've got this week, we're actually going to meal prep today. So a little rundown over what the weekend is going to look like. Tomorrow I have a 3.5 hour bike cycle. I should actually probably preface this by saying that I am training for a half Ironman. So if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. But yeah, I'm basically training for a half Ironman. I'm currently 2.5 weeks out, which is absolutely crazy. Thus the 3.5 hour bike ride tomorrow. We'll do that. And then we have a 10-minute run off the bike. And then on Sunday, I've actually got a 17-kilometer run, which 17 kilometers is the longest I've run since my marathon. So I ran a marathon in October. And since then, the longest that I've run is 15 kilometers, which I ran a couple of weeks ago in part of this training. So I am a little bit nervous for both sessions, to be completely honest. A 3.5 hour cycle is a long time, and then a 17-kilometer run is also a distance that feels like a little bit of a stretch. Like 17 kilometers feels a long way, but nonetheless, I am excited anyway. So with that being said, all of that training taken into consideration, I knew that I was not going to want to meal prep or have the energy to meal prep after running the 17 kilometers on Sunday. So I thought, why don't we just meal prep today, get everything sorted, get myself set up for the next week so that after it, I don't really have much to worry about and I can just sort of relax and enjoy my Sunday. So I've actually picked really simple meals this week so that I can meal prep today. And I'm gonna try and meal prep in maybe 60 minutes, to be honest. I'm gonna try and just smash it out. Nothing too crazy, nothing too complex. So if you are looking for some easy, quick meal inspiration for your next week, then I'll have you sorted. It's currently 6:44 at the moment, so I've kind of been up for like 45 minutes, just sort of, to be honest, I don't even know what I've been doing. Was planning on going for a walk and getting a coffee this morning, except it's looking really, really, really miserable outside, and it's just not really looking very inviting. It doesn't make me want to go out there and go for a walk. But I also do really want to get a coffee because I am actually having a rest day today. So this is the first rest day I've had in a couple weeks. I've had a big week of training. This week is actually my peak week of training. So I've had such a big week this week, and the rest day was very much needed and welcomed. And I'm so excited that I don't have to train today, to be completely honest. So I thought that I would go and walk and get like a coffee this morning and sit down before I start work, because without my training, I'm basically like, okay, so all I'm doing is working. But we can either drive and go and get a coffee, or we can walk and go and get a coffee. Okay, I just had to think. Now I have to go to Woolies anyway to pick up my groceries to meal prep today. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to sort out the grocery list, and I might even have a little something to eat. I don't really feel like breakfast right now, but I think I'm gonna have a little something to eat. We're gonna sit down, plan out our meals and groceries for the week, and then we'll head over to the shops, get a coffee, get groceries, come back and have brekkie then and get our day sorted. So we need to make a little snack. Okay, I'm gonna have 2 little rice cakes with banana and honey. This is typically what I would have for like my pre-workout snack, or I'd have it on a bagel if I need some extra carbs. It's honestly one of my favorite things that I eat during the day. So at least this way, I still get to have it even though I'm resting. Because I've got the 3.5 hour cycle tomorrow, I am actually gonna be semi-testing a little bit of a carb load tonight. So a carb load will typically be like over at least 1 full day, if not 2 to 3, it can be. But I'm just going to be testing having a bit of extra carbs tonight with my dinner to see how I go on my cycle tomorrow. So for dinner tonight, we're going to have little mini pizzas. At Woolies, they have these mini pizza bases that are literally 30 grams of carbs per little pizza base. All right, let's go plan out our meals. So I already know that we're going to be having pizzas for tonight and tomorrow night. Next week, I already know one of Cam's meals. He's going to be having salmon, broccolini, brown rice, and lemon. I need to pick his other meal, and then I need to pick my meal. When it comes to picking whatever I'm going to eat the next week, sometimes I will just have ideas that have like come to me throughout the week, or I've got like a note on my phone where I write down like meal ideas that I've thought of. So I'll have a look at what I have written down. Okay, I don't like the sound of anything that I've gotten written down, so I'm just going to have a look on Pinterest. I've just typed up healthy meal prep, and we're going to have a look at what sort of ideas they have for me. For dinner for the last 2 weeks, we've been having these like chicken burgers, and I'm kind of getting to that point now where I'm like, I'm going to get sick of this really quickly. And I think we're going to have them for one more week and then I'm going to be sick of them. So I'm going to put them on the menu for the next week and we're going to see how we go. Hopefully I don't get too sick of them and repulsed by the idea of them by the end of it. I finished the grocery list, but we have a little bit of a change in plans because I have a package coming, so I can't actually leave right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order groceries for Click and Collect Woolies and pick them up a little bit later, and then I'm actually just going to jump on Uber Eats and order a coffee. I'll tell you guys the meals that I ended up settling on. For Cam's brekkie, he always has the same bacon, egg, cheese breakfast sandwich. For my brekkie, I'm going to be having cottage cheese, eggs, and basically just going to be having like a brekkie plate. I'm just going to call it. It's got like cottage cheese, sourdough, avocado, eggs, strawberries, and honey on the strawberries. I think that's it. And then for lunches, Cam's going to be having salmon, broccolini, and brown rice. And then he's also going to be having teriyaki beef mince bowls. And then for my lunch, I'm going to be having a chicken Mediterranean bowl with like Greek salad, pumpkin, hummus. And then dinner, we're going to have the same chicken burgers we've been having. And then any dessert and snacks. I'm going to be having a bagel with banana and honey for my pre-workout snack. For dessert, we always have our yogurt bowl. And then other snacks, Cam has just some little like protein balls and apples. So we are going to jump online and order all of this, and then I will chat to you guys when I'm done. I have finished adding everything into my cart. If anybody is curious as to how much I guess groceries cost, this shop was $358.03. We probably will need to go to Woolies to pick up a couple other things throughout the week anyway, if I'm being completely honest. 2 of the spice mixes that we needed, they do not have on there, so I'm going to have to try and pop in store and see if I can find them. I have a little bit of work that I have to do this morning, so I've got to finish getting a video edited, and then I also have to send a video concept over to my manager for a different collab. I'm going to get those 2 things done now while I wait for my coffee to come. And then once my coffee gets here, we'll make brekkie. I finished editing the video and sent that off. My coffee just got here. So I ordered it from Yoke. If you live in Brisbane or are local to Newstead or Gasworks, then this is my favorite coffee in like the whole of Brisbane. In particular, I get a iced latte on almond milk with caramel syrup and an extra shot. I also got my Amazon package though. So I thought I would show you guys what I ordered. I've been wanting to order this for a couple weeks now. I went in store and tried to find some different ones, but there was none that like I really wanted. I feel like I had like a specific idea of exactly what I wanted, but I couldn't find it, to be honest. This was like the closest that I could get. So basically I've ordered a chore chart. This one it's actually a 3-pack, I think. But basically it's magnetic. It goes on the fridge. I'm not entirely sure yet if I'm going to put it on the fridge or if I'm going to put it in my room and just like blue tack it to the wall. I feel like for me personally, when it comes to like getting in good habits and keeping routine, I love to have something that I can like physically tick off. I have like a little habit section in my daily planner that like I could technically use to write things down, but like I don't always have my planner on me. I'll kind of like use it throughout the workday, but like I don't necessarily like go over it at night. So then I feel like if there's little tasks that like I haven't done, I don't really see it, if that makes sense. Next week, we're going to be getting our shit together because there are a certain few things that I have been telling myself that I'm going to do for like what feels like forever now, and I'm just not doing them. And I'm like, what is it going to take? I love that at the bottom it has like your goal and then like your reward if you hit your reward. So I feel like I think we all kind of had one of these as a kid at some point where it's like you'd get like, I don't know, $5 pocket money if you got all of your stars on the star chart, like things like that. But the funny thing is that because like I am an adult and I'm in charge of myself, it's like my reward is going to be something that I have to pay for. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm trying to save money at the moment. So for me to be like, oh yeah, your reward is that you can like, buy something or something that costs money. And I'm like, that's just counterintuitive because it's not going to incentivize me to hit my chores because I don't want to spend money anyway. But at the same time, I do love buying myself things. So I would do it. All right, I've got one concept to send off for a brand. So basically, if you guys want to know a little bit more of like behind the scenes in terms of how like, I guess a brand deal works, then basically what will happen is a brand will come to you or to your management. So I have management. So a brand will like approach my manager and be like, hey, like we want to work with Caity. This is what we're thinking. They'll send through like a brief, which is like the brief of the campaign. And then I basically have to send over my concept on what sort of video I'm going to make. Sometimes they do require like a full script. Other times they're pretty like lenient and they just need like one word on what you're doing basically. And then you send that off. They'll either approve it or tweak it, give feedback, whatever it may be. And then you film a video and send it for approval. They'll approve it or they'll ask you to change things, and that's kind of how it works. I really want to like take some time to think of something outside of the box. I feel like over on Instagram, I have been trying to sort of do out of the box videos and like make them a little bit more interesting and unique and experiment with editing and things like that. So yeah, I really want to try and come up with a cool idea. I'm going to get that done, and then afterwards we'll go and make brekkie. I'm going to make breakfast now. Basically, I'm just going to make some rice cakes with a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to have one with avocado and egg, one with cottage cheese and smoked salmon, one with banana and honey, and another one with cottage cheese and salmon, I think. Done. I feel like that took me so much longer to make this morning for some reason, but anyway, I'm gonna sit down and eat this. I'm probably just gonna keep doing a little bit of editing, and then I will catch up with you guys when I'm doing something different, because I feel like so far this morning all I've shown you is me working and eating, and I feel like I've been talking forever. So I need to stop yapping so much, otherwise this video is actually going to be an hour long. Hello guys, I have clearly done my makeup, I've gotten ready, and I'm about to film a video. So I'm going to be filming like a recreating a Pinterest outfit. And I thought that would be fun to film the behind the scenes, I guess, for you guys. It's where I like is best for me to film this is in my lounge room, which just happens to be like literally facing another apartment building. And they're building another apartment right next to that at the moment. So there's literally tradies at eye level. And it's not a good vibe. But obviously I need the natural light, so I have to keep it open. But I'm just like, me dancing in my living room and like getting changed and filming this video with an audience is quite literally... what on earth? It's quite literally one of the most humbling experiences. I'm gonna put some music on to help with the vibes, because obviously I don't want to just stand here dancing in silence. Enjoy the behind the scenes of me making this video. Is done. I think I'm going to film 2 or 3, so I thought that I would show you guys the outfit in full anyway. This is the jacket, and then it's kind of hard to show you the jeans, but they've got that fold over at the bottom. I actually really love this fit. Like, I think it's so cute, and with the little slippers as well. And then I just paired it with this bag from Status Anxiety and these little sunnies. I think these from Glassons. I really like this fit. I think it's quite cute. I would definitely wear this out. I probably wouldn't wear the Uggs if I was going to wear this out for like... You could wear this with boots or like even heels out for a dinner, or you could obviously just wear this casually to like brunch or something. We're gonna have a look on Pinterest and we're gonna plan the next outfit, and then I'll be back. Okay, outfit number 2 is complete. So basically this is the leather bomber that I got from Glassons. Just paired it with like a tank rib top, some little shorts from CSB, and my Nike Vomeros. And then we've got these sunnies. I'm pretty sure these were from Glassons as well, but a while ago. And then this little bag. Where is this from? You know what? I have a feeling this is from Glassons as well. So we've literally got sunnies, jacket, and bag from Glassons. Top is just like a little defined rib tank, I think. Yes, it is. I don't know why I said I think. And then, yeah, shoes and Nike Vomeros. This is like a little bit of like a street style type of vibe. I wouldn't typically wear something like this, but now I'm like, maybe I should start spicing up my outfits and like wear this when I go to work at a cafe rather than just like chucking on my grey Motor Republic zip, because like I feel cool, you know what I mean? And you know what they say, look good, feel good. Wait, well, look good, feel good, but also like look good, feel good, work hard, because I feel like the better that I feel I look, the more productive I'm going to be. So this is a good outfit. Okay, I've decided that I'm just going to do those 2 for now, because I want to do a little bit more research into what outfit I want to do, and I'm really hungry right now. It's currently 12:58. I'm going to sit down, have my lunch, and edit those videos, and then I'm also going to pick out what route I'm going to cycle tomorrow. So I'm not sure if I already said this on the vlog or if I said it to my friend, but I have decided I think I'm going to go down to the Gold Coast to cycle tomorrow. I actually do need to check the weather forecast, because I know that we're expected to get a bit of rain over the weekend, and I am slightly... shit. Okay, I just checked the weather forecast and we are expected to literally get so much rain. in the next 48 hours. I have a feeling I'm not doing my cycle or my run outdoors this weekend. Okay, we bought all of the groceries inside. It only took me 2 trips. I thought I was gonna have to do a third, but we made it work with the 2 trips. I also have actually decided that I wanna have a bowl of oats for lunch, which is so random because not only do I never really eat oats, but also like, that's a breakfast food, you know what I mean? But it's really cold and gloomy and raining outside and I'm kind of craving something like sweet and warm. So we're gonna make a bowl of oats for lunch, but I'm gonna put away all the groceries first and then I'll touch base with you guys when I'm making lunch. Away, so we're gonna make some oats for lunch. Now, I'm gonna be using the Made Monday. These are their new honey and cinnamon overnight oats. So Made Monday basically sell like pre-made overnight oat mixes so that you essentially just add water or milk to them, set them in the fridge, and it's just the perfect overnight oats. They're so good, so creamy. They have the new honey cinnamon, they've got a chocolate therapy, and then they have a vanilla cream. So good. Highly recommend you guys checking them out. But I made these warm for the first time the other day. And I've been missing out because these warm are also absolutely unreal. So we're gonna do, I don't know how much I wanna do. I might do like 60 grams. Okay, we've got 65, that will do. And then I'm also gonna add in some protein powder just to bump up the protein because this essentially is my lunch. How much did I do last time? I think I'm gonna do like 15 grams. All right, we've got 17 grams, that will do. And then in terms of milk, I'm just gonna eyeball it really. I wanna make sure I don't make it too watery, but obviously not too dry as well. Oh, they smell so good. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more milk. All right, I'm just gonna pop that in the microwave. I think I'm gonna do like 2 minutes. And while that cooks, I'm gonna sort out all of the bags that are on the floor. Okay, I took them out with 15 seconds to go because they looked like they were done. I also am gonna pop these into another bowl now to make them look nice so that I can take a photo to post it for the girls. I'm also gonna do like a tablespoon, probably that much, that's a bit more. It's like 1 big tablespoon of Greek yogurt on top. I probably should have like mixed it in. I'm gonna do some frozen blueberries and then I'm going to chop up some banana as well. And then I'm gonna put some honey on top as well. And there we have it. Oats are made. They honestly don't look as pretty as I was hoping, but it's gonna have to do. Okay, I'm about to start meal prepping. I've got everything laid out, so I thought that I would show you guys how I sort of prep before I start meal prepping. Meal prepping? How I sort of prep before I start meal prepping. Over here, I've got all of the food laid out that I'm gonna be using to meal prep. So this will be for my lunch, this sort of line here. Then we've got Cam's lunch here and another one of Cam's lunches here. I've got the bread there too for Cam's sandwiches. If I do decide I wanna make them, I'm still unsure to be completely honest. Over here, I've just got my chopping board set up and then the black one I'll use to chop any meat or chicken. And then I've got my bowls and spatula and everything like that. Over here, we have my meal prep containers set out. So that'll be for the 3 meals. And then I've also got my pans on the stove. Yeah, I've just got everything laid out. I find it so much more seamless to just have everything out and ready. Otherwise, you're like running around like a headless chicken. The pumpkins that Woolies gave me are also looking kind of questionable. This one is looking awfully yellow. I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't look right. And this is the second one they've given me. Yeah. So look at the size difference between them. Like, why do I get one normal one and one actual miniature one? So that is not enough pumpkin to feed me for 5 days. So I'm kind of conflicted on what to do right now, to be honest. Part of me is contemplating ordering some on Uber Eats. I think I have to because that's not enough pumpkin to feed me. All right, I'm gonna place an order some pumpkin, and then yeah, let's get cooking. time that I was filming. I think it was during meal prep and then my camera died, so I had to pop it on charge for a bit. But clearly I have showered, I'm in my PJs now, and I am just in the middle of making dinner. So we're having pizzas tonight. I thought I would show you guys everything that I'm going to be putting on my pizza. I am so specific about what I want on my pizza and in what particular order, and I feel like I've absolutely nailed the pizza toppings. So this is everything that we've got laid out. I've got spinach, olives, salami, chicken, mushroom, red onion, zucchini, ham, and then obviously cheese. And then we've got Nando's Peronaise. Now, I got a new Nando's Peronaise today. We go through so much of this. I freaking love it. And then I've ordered, that's the new one that I got today. This is the old one. So first of all, the package is different. But second of all, look how different that color is. Like, they've obviously completely changed it, and I am so scared because this is my favorite sauce ever. And if they've changed it and I don't like it, I'm going to be so disappointed. I will be going to try and find old ones if this is different. All my fueling set up. I'm just about to pop something on the TV, so I'm gonna watch something on YouTube, I guess. I am not gonna lie, I'm feeling like really sad that I can't go and do this outside. I'm not gonna dwell on it because it literally doesn't help or change anything, but yeah, this is my longest cycle ever and my longest cycle that I will do in this entire training block, so I'm just really sad that I'm stuck inside doing it, but it is what it is, can't change anything. I'm not sure what I want to watch, to be honest. I usually do like watching some sort of like sports YouTube video. I'll probably pop something on of like somebody who's training for an Ironman as well. I do like to try and find the longer videos because obviously I've got 3.5 hours, so if I watch like a 15-minute YouTube video, that's just not really going to get me through, you know what I mean? I also feel like I definitely would have rather have a little bit more time in between eating and when I'm about to jump on the bike. But at the same time, like, I just feel as though there's no point sitting around and not just getting on the bike right now, if that makes sense. Like, I could just sit here, wait for my food to digest a little bit more, but then I'm like, what's the point? Like, I'm kind of just like wasting time.
You know, you realise that, I'm not sure. No, I get that. I just went into the door.
We're about 19 minutes in. I'm just gonna start having my first bit of fuel. So my goal for this ride is to have 90 grams of carbs per hour. So it'll end up being about 320 over the 3.5 hours. First, I have this Precision Fuel 90 grams of carbs gel. This is my first time trying this. I was very scared, very hesitant it was gonna be gross, but it's actually not bad at all. I'm actually really impressed with this. This is definitely a contender for race day. Basically, just gonna slowly have this over the next sort of 40 minutes, maybe like within the next 20 to 30. All right, we're just about to hit 50 minutes in, so I'm gonna start having my next bit of fuel. We've got 50 grams of dried mango. This stuff is so easy to eat. Like, I swear I could just eat it so much. It doesn't make me too sickly full or anything. And in about 50 grams, we have about 42 grams of carbs.
Yeah, so 1K, 2K hard, 1K.
We are almost an hour and a half in. I'm just about to start eating these. They're these little Cliff blocks. Technically 2 serves in the pack, so I'll just eat the whole pack, and that's 50 grams of carbs. They are like very dense, very chewy though, so I'm just gonna eat these like over the next hour. We are 2 hours and 23 minutes in. which means we're about to have an hour left. About to be on the last hour. Woo! I'm actually on track, maybe, to do 100 Ks, which is crazy. It'll depend on what the elevation's like over this next hour. But yeah. I mean, considering, I don't even know if I've ridden 70. I think I've done just under 70 kilometers and I'm potentially about to do 100. That's pretty crazy. I'm really just trying to push because in 2 weeks' time, when I'm out there on the course, I've got to push. Got to push through the elevation, through the fatigue, tired legs. So we're gonna push for this next hour and then we're done, which is crazy. Also, I'm on to my last bit of fuel. This is basically 2 packets of Tailwind carb mix. So they're 50 grams of carbs each. So 100 grams of carbs in here. I'm just gonna keep sipping this over the next hour, hopefully finish it off. I am sick of sweet things though. If you know, you know. So we're gonna push through and get it done. We've hit the 3-hour mark. 30 minutes to go. We're currently sitting at 86 kilometers. So I'm on track to hit 100. I do feel a bit sick though. But 30 minutes to push through. We got this. I've got about this much left of my carb drink, but I don't know if I can do it even. I'm not even being dramatic, even looking at it is making my mouth water like I'm going to throw up. So that's great. Trying to like have sips of water. Guys, I'm at 99 kilometers and I've got 3 minutes left. I was literally last night not even sure if I was going to hit 90 Ks. And I was like, damn, I'm really going to have to push because I really wanted to hit 90. And here we are about to do 100, which is over 30 kilometers more than I've ever cycled, which is crazy. I do feel really sick and I'm slightly concerned for the run off the bike. We'll come back to that in the next 3 minutes. For this next 3 minutes, we'll just finish off the ride. 100 Ks. 1 minute left. Did pretty good to time that. I was worried I was going to have to go over a little bit, but I did pretty good. I'm honestly just going to pedal for the next 1 minute and cool down a bit. I am so sweaty and my bum hurts a lot. TMI, I'm sorry, but wow. I can't wait to get off this bike. Oh yeah. Oh, freaking hell. Guys, the fact that in 2 weeks I'm getting off this bike and running a half marathon. Oh God. Yep. Look at the sweat underneath my mat. I'm also so confused though. So you can obviously see, sorry, this is so disgusting, but like you can see the middle pile of sweat, right? And then this one is from like my left side of my pedal. But like, why is there none? Wait, that's my right side. Why is there none on the left side? Like there's this entire puddle on the right side when I pedal, but there's no sweat on the left side. I'm so confused. I'm gonna go put my shoes on, change my socks, put a shirt on, and we're gonna go run. Yeah, we got this. We got this. All right, I'm dressed and ready. Let's go. Guys, I did it. We are done. What a morning. It's 10 a.m. I already know that like the carb and caffeine the carb and like caffeine crash is gonna happen real quick. Catch me in half an hour, literally asleep. The run I'm like mixed emotions about. So I had a really bad stitch for literally the entire time. Probably like one of the worst stitches I've ever had. Like, you know, the ones where like you actually can't breathe and you're like it actually takes your breath away, and even when you stop, your insides are still like, you know what I mean? Like they're still squishing themselves. I don't even know how to explain it. It literally feels like somebody has your intestines and it's like wringing them out. That's the way it feels. So that has stressed me out a little bit. But then on the contrary, towards the end of that run, physically, like my legs felt fresh and like I wanted to run. Like I felt as if I wanted to run. But then it was just the stitch. So I'm feeling a little bit conflicted about my nutrition, which is not a great feeling to have when that was technically like my last time testing on like a long cycle, and I still don't feel like I've nailed it, because like I literally felt sick for over half an hour at the end of that run, and then I've gotten off and had the worst stitch. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. That has kind of stressed me out a little bit because I don't have much more time to test nutrition. So I'm feeling a little bit worried. I'm gonna go get in the shower and then we're gonna make something to eat. Can confirm that I don't feel like anything right now, but I will be eating something. I'm gonna make some Vegemite toast because that sounds lovely, but then I also need to make sure that I'm getting some protein in. So unsure what we're gonna do there. But let's go shower and freshen up and feel human again, because right now I'm so sticky and sweaty and I'm literally dripping on the floor and my bum really hurts. Okay, I'm all showered and I've just made some toast. Well, I'm about to make it with just Vegemite and butter. I do need to eat a hell of a lot more than that, and I will, but I just need to like settle my tummy and have something savory, something a bit salty, before I decide what on earth I want to eat. Because right now, nothing except for this sounds appealing. To everybody overseas as well who thinks that Vegemite is disgusting, or even Australians who don't like Vegemite, this is the only appropriate amount of Vegemite. You see this? Lightly spread. In fact, my other piece has too much. That blob up the top, too much, but it just came off the knife. That is how much Vegemite you should be putting on. It's just like the perfect amount. So good. This is really hitting the spot right now. Hello guys, it's 5 to 12. So I've just been rotting in the bed for about 20 minutes, but Cam just got home and he brought guzman. For anyone who may not be Australian or doesn't know what guzman is, this is basically like our Chipotle. That's the only way that I could like. It's just like Mexican. So I get a chicken burrito bowl with mild chicken, add guac and sour cream, and then we of course have to get some chips. Guzman chips are the best chips. They beat every other fast food joint 100%. So I'm gonna sit down and eat this, and then the plan is that Cam's gonna go to the gym to train, and I'm gonna go with him and go and do some recovery. I'm probably just gonna do recovery boots. I was planning on doing like sauna ice bath, but I don't think I need to be sweating any more than I already did this morning. So I don't think I'll be doing that. Plus it's just like a cold, miserable day. And the thought of like getting in an ice bath right now just doesn't sound great.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I've gotten changed, done my hair. I look a little bit more presentable now, but we're just on our way over to the gym. Just gonna do some compression boots. Cam's gonna train. And then we're gonna head over to James Lane, check out the new store. I'm doing a little bit of a kebab.
Kebab?
A collab. I'm doing a little collab with them. The store in, what's it called? I've got no brain cells. Store in like Newstead, the Valley store. It's actually been like all refurbished and reopened. So I'm gonna go check out the new store and see what pieces we might like to pick up. It's basically all we've got planned for the rest of the afternoon. I can't imagine that we're gonna get up to much more. Might watch a movie tonight, and then I really want to have a super early bedtime. We're also having pizza again for dinner, which I'm excited about. And I'm also gonna get a coffee after we do some recovery before we head over to James Lane. Honestly, it's a little bit late considering I do plan on going to bed super early to be getting a coffee, but also I want one.
Hold down.
Hold down. Oh, it's not gonna go on me now.
It's gonna be in it. Do it. Definitely fucking hand. Oh, I'm sorry. On the other line.
All wrapped up at the gym. The most embarrassing thing happened to me, and I'm honestly embarrassed to even admit this on the internet, but I was literally sat there scrolling through Instagram and listening to videos and scrolling away, and then I was just thinking like, why does it sound so off? Oh, maybe it's because I don't have noise cancelling on. I tapped it and nothing happened. And then I realized that no, my headphones were dead and my sound has been playing out of my phone this whole time. And yes, there was other people in there just relaxing, doing compression boots, and they just would have been listening to the shit coming out of my phone for like 15 minutes, which is so embarrassing. But we went and got a coffee. Is this one mine? We're gonna go to coffee, triple shot yolk. My order is a iced latte on almond milk with caramel syrup and an extra shot. Mouthful, but it's so good.
TSY.
We call it a TSY because it's like a triple shot yolk. Yolk is like the brand, the cafe. So we always will text each other and be like, are we gonna get a TSY? And we ran into Woolies because, as I told you guys yesterday, Peronaise, well, Nando's have changed their Peronaise recipe, and I ran in to go and find if they had any of the old ones left. They didn't in like the big bottle of it, which is probably better to buy the little ones anyway, especially if we want to keep them for a while. But they did have a whole bunch of the little tubs of it, little tubs, little bottles. So I bought 6. I bought 6 bottles of Peronaise. And I literally got in the car and I said to Cam, I was like, should we have gotten more than 6? We're just pulling into the Homemaker Centre now, which is where James Lane is. So we're gonna go in and have a look. Wrapped up in James Lane, so we ended up grabbing 3 pillows, which we did take home with us today, and then we also ended up ordering a little bench thing for underneath, for the little area to replace our current ottoman. I'll insert a photo here. It doesn't come until the 4th of July, so we do have to wait a little bit for it, which honestly the 4 weeks is going to go so quickly, to be completely honest, so it's fine. I'm going to go home, do a little bit of work, and then we'll make dinner and just chill for the night. I really do want to be in bed by like 6:30. Honestly, with how early we're waking up. So I'm probably not gonna get up too much more tonight, but yeah, I'm gonna go home. Actually, I'm gonna go home and have a shower so that I can get in my PJs and just relax, do a little bit of editing, and then we'll make dinner. I completely forgot to update you guys that I was making dinner, but I've already made it. I've already eaten one of my pizzas. I did have 3 again. But yeah, we're just sitting down watching this, watching some footy, and then I'm honestly gonna get in bed. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog anything else tonight because I'm literally just gonna get in bed and start to wind down for the night. And then we're going to be up nice and early in the morning. So I'll probably chat to you guys in the morning when we're getting ready for the run. Good morning, guys. It's currently still dark, so don't mind the lighting, but we are just on our way to head to Toowong to do our run this morning. The Brisbane Marathon is actually on today, so we can't run the typical route that we would usually run because that's where the Brisbane Marathon is, if that makes sense. So we're driving out to Toowong and we're going to run from there. We're both feeling a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I hope it goes well. I'm just telling myself it's just a 2-hour leisurely jog. Because if I tell myself it's 18Ks, that kind of scares me. I actually woke up in the green this morning in my recovery, which I was literally not expecting at all because I ended up I had a pretty shit sleep last night. I actually woke up from a dream and it was like, it must have been like 3:40 and I laid there trying to fall back to sleep, literally could not fall back to sleep, saved my life. And then I finally looked at the time and I was like, what are the odds it's like 3 a.m. and we got to wake up soon? And it was literally 3:52 a.m. and our alarm was set till 4 and I was like, oh. So there's no point going back to sleep now. Run was unsuccessful, guys. We've had a fall. We were just over 7Ks in and we were literally feeling so good, getting into a good rhythm, and I tripped on the fucking pavement. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. I tripped on the pavement, but basically there was like a brick sticking out and I've literally tripped over the brick and my knees have gone straight into the exposed brick corner. Trigger warning, skip ahead a little bit if you don't like blood, but for those of you who are interested, I'm going to show my knees right now. Skip a little bit. This is the current status of my knees. This left one is so sore. The right one looks more sore, but this one right on the kneecap, it's killing me. Less than ideal. I'm feeling pretty sad and defeated about it right now, I'm not gonna lie. But I definitely do plan on doing that 18-kilometer run. It's just gonna have to be at another time. I don't know whether that's gonna be next week, like next weekend, or during the week this week. yeah. No, didn't quite go to plan. We got 7Ks done. All carved up for nothing. I don't know what our plan is now. Do we want to go get some coffee somewhere maybe? Food, coffee.
To get you prepared first.
I know. I need a friggin' first aid kit. Hello guys. So we're just on our way to go and catch up with Cam's brother and his partner and their baby. So they just had a baby. How long ago was it now? Like 3 months?
4 February to June, yeah, 4.
He's about 3 months old. We haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, so we thought we'd head out and go and catch up with him because we've got plenty of spare time today. We've just stopped at Zaraf's to get a coffee. I'm feeling pretty tired now, to be completely honest. Are you tired? You're gonna say you're fine, aren't you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I thought so. It's been a big day, emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally.
But yeah, update on the knee. My left knee is really, really sore. It's honestly hard to walk at the moment, but I'm just sort of praying that it's gonna come good in the next couple days. And that's just sort of like a graze.
Coming to the side, like, can we have a word? I know I should be humble, but it's something I just...
We have just gotten back home now from our very busy day out. I feel like we literally left this morning at like 10 and we didn't get back till like 5 p.m. So I feel like that was a big day out, but we ended up going for lunch with Cam's brother, the baby, his partner, which was really, really nice. We went to like a Korean barbecue spot. I didn't want to like film and put the camera in their face with the baby or anything like that, so I didn't get any clips, but it was pretty good. And then we went to the shops, went to the chemist, picked up a few things, and then yeah, came back home, had a shower. I'm all cozy now and I'm just prepping dinner. So tonight we are having chicken burgers. I am honestly not hungry at all. I feel like for lunch, because we went to like the Korean barbecue place, which we didn't actually end up having Korean barbecue. I ended up getting like a little bento box, some marinated beef, rice, and then we also got some like sweet and spicy fried chicken, which was really good. But because I don't usually eat foods like that, I feel like it does sit so heavy in my stomach. So I'm like really not hungry at all right now. Cam's like starving because he didn't actually eat that much. So otherwise I probably would just be making like, I don't know, I'd probably just be having a yogurt bowl for dinner, but Cam's starving, so we're gonna make a proper dinner. I got some stuff from the chemist though to sort of re-bandage my leg, my knees. I feel like they are feeling a lot better, to be honest. I was getting a little bit worried earlier today because I genuinely was struggling to like even walk, and I was like, no, this is like not good. But they actually are feeling so much better now, and I feel like I've got a lot more range of motion, so I'm kind of like, I've calmed down a little bit. I'm not as stressed. I did get my workout program out from my coach in regards to what our workouts are going to look like the next week. And we are officially entering like our version of like taper for the next 2 weeks. So I feel as though when I hear taper, I think that like reduced volume and intensity entirely. And you kind of think like, oh, just like some really chill workouts. No. So the way that a taper works, at least in like the triathlon industry, is that you basically will reduce overall volume, yet your intensity actually picks up. So we've got like a lot of intense workouts over the next week, but the volume overall has reduced, if that makes sense. So tomorrow's workout is only a swim. Now, depending how I feel when I wake up will depend if I take tomorrow as a rest day or if I do the swim. Obviously, when it comes to swimming, like, you don't really need to bend your knees. I guess when you're pushing off the wall would be like the only time you'd sort of bend your knees. You obviously do need to kick your legs a little bit, which requires a little bit of a bend and a little bit of force through the legs. But in the end of the day, I'm kind of like on the fence between, I'm going to do what I can, but at the same time, I'm like, I do realize that I probably need to try and like allow them to heal as fast as possible, which means not disturbing them as much as possible. So we'll see how they're feeling in the morning, and that will sort of depend on whether I even attempt to go and do the swim, because yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet what I'm going to do. Tuesday we have a cycle, and Wednesday we have a run. In an ideal world, if tomorrow goes well and I wake up, they're feeling heaps better, the swim goes fine, I'll swap them so that I'm doing the run Tuesday and the cycle Wednesday. Reason being is obviously when you're running, whilst yes, you have a bend in your leg, it's nowhere near as much of a bend as when you're on the trainer. Like, your knee literally fully bends when you're cycling. So yeah, I will run before I cycle, I'd say. But the worst case scenario, if it's not well for a couple more days, then I'm just gonna have to take a couple rest days and push what workouts I can towards the end of the week. Obviously, I don't want to be like slamming them all towards the end of the week and then having like a really, really intense end of the week, because that's also not the point of a taper. But these are also critical sessions, so I don't necessarily want to like be missing too many, if that makes sense. Honestly, I'm just kind of winging it at this point. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm talking about or what to do. I'm feeling very lost in this whole entire situation on what the right thing and the best thing is to do, but I'm doing my best to sort of navigate that. I honestly can't believe I'm putting this on the internet, but this is the state of my office right now, and this is what is causing me a whole lot of stress and anxiety. Just an absolute bombshell in here. So I'm literally gonna set a time for 10 minutes and we're gonna literally just tidy it up, because it looks so messy, but like it honestly is gonna take me 10 minutes to clean. If there's one thing about me, it's unfortunately I do have a hard time cleaning up after myself. I create like a hurricane where I go and then I go back through and clean it up. Like this is literally just all mess from like today running around like crazy in like the 5 minutes that I was even home. I don't know why I'm like this, and I'm honestly embarrassed that I'm putting this on the internet. I'm not a dirty person, okay? I just create mess where I go, unfortunately. We're gonna set a timer for literally 10 minutes and I'm gonna time up this and we're gonna tidy it together, okay? Because I need to like get this out of my brain. It's causing me anxiety knowing that it's such a mess in here. Let's go. Look at that, less than 10 minutes. So much better. This pile of clothes here is just stuff that I need to take back to the post office tomorrow, and then I've just got like my diary and my pencil case here, and instantly I already feel a million times better knowing that this is so nice and tidy. I've just chucked the chicken on the stove, so we're gonna finish making dinner. I've had dinner, I've just got my dessert here. So I have some Fun Day little gummy bears, half a chomp and half a curly whirly. Cam and I split them. And my next task to tackle, which is probably gonna be the last thing that I do for tonight, is to put away all of these clean clothes. So I thought I'd set up a little time lapse again and show you guys me putting away all my clothes. I'm also gonna watch some YouTube while I do it, and I can go to bed and feel a little bit better. Here because I'm heading off to bed and I'm going to start a brand new vlog in the morning. Thank you so much for coming along. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I thought it was a little bit all over the place, but I hope nonetheless that you guys did enjoy coming along this weekend with me. If you did have any video requests or anything like that, make sure to leave them down below and I'll get them filmed for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.